guys, welcome back to the channel. Happy Wednesday to y'all. Happy April 7th. You all are doing well today. Have a couple hours, probably about an hour and 45 at the latest. I gotta go do my taxes today. Which I know I got money coming back, but I think I owe a lot more than I'm giving or getting, so kind of bummed out about that. I'd like to take some of that money and put a little bit away and be able to go put some money down in a car that I would like to take off a lot for a couple $1,000s that it's being sold for, but I'll work something out. But in order just to get rolling for the day, you might be looking here on the screen going, what the hell is this? Well, glad you asked or didn't ask. So this is the official website of my group, Down East Trains. I currently am the sole member of Down East Trains. So this is just a website for me and me only. You know, I'd like to bring on some other people in the future, but you know, if that happens, great. If it doesn't, oh well. But this is the beginnings of my website. It's very rough, very clean, very bright. See here, this is the main page, and I do mean main with an E. Just gotta give you guys a little preview of what's going on here. Yeah, so there's a little bit of a news page. I might split this up in the future, just maybe change around some of the colors and whatnot. A little bit about who I am and whatnot, as well as my career here in trains. And then more importantly, moving on to a couple of things. We do have something for you guys to enjoy. Logan, or LTG, as he is more well known in the community, gave me the permission to re-release some content and actually make a with what was supposed to be a released TBS. I have a TBS exclusive, but on my site, as he dubbed it last night. He gave me the permission to release his. Actually, he really didn't. As he also put it, it's. I didn't really ask. I just kind of stole it, and he's too lazy to do anything about it. But he does know this is here, and you know, just trying to get some of his stuff up. You know, especially some stuff that never saw the light of day that I think is great quality. I still stand by the notion that he was probably one of the best modelers we had in this community, but you know, burned himself out, and the community kind of drove him away. And plus, all the effort he put in for as little return as he got, kind of also is a bit of a push away too. But it is what it is. But I released his municipal building pack. It comes with 3 buildings, as seen here: large brick, small stucco, 5 signs. This cannot be re-released as payware. It may not be hosted on another site. It may not be re-released to another site. You know, if you do anything with this, if you reskin it, if you modify it in any way, LTG must be credited. All credit goes to him, and a link back here to the site. You know, if you do decide that you want to put it up somewhere. Notifying us or Down East Trains would probably be the best route, just so that stuff can be kept track of, but you know, they cannot be re-released as payware. As well as Logan's TRC Crossing pack, that was payware, I believe, on TBS some time ago. Now, these crossings are phenomenal. I love it. I love as many different variants as you get, including some dilapidated versions. There are a few problems with them, particularly with the TRC interface, and I'll probably show you guys that here in a minute in the game. But there's 28 individual crossings as well, or 28 individual items, including a DIY kit, you know, so you can do things on your own. I think I may have missed some things. I feel like there was some track signs to go with it. I'll dig those up and see if that's a thing, and if that is, I'll release those. But there's 28 individual pieces, including DIY kits. Oh, I'm glad you like the site, JPen, and welcome to the stream. So, but the thing is, like I said, the crossings are a little rough in some areas, but honestly, you know, for what it's worth, you know, I think it's very much worth it to bring back the trains community. And an update for the interface will come in the future. You know, I've already started to put a section for the Carrabassett, so the Carrabassett has its official home now. Also, something that I'm introducing is, oh, I forgot to make the actual page for it, but you guys get the gist. But I'm doing modules or starter sections for you guys to use to maybe start a route or some kind. So I was editing it some yesterday, and I'm going to go through and kind of get it all set up for you guys to use, as well as, you know, place down a couple industries for you to operate in, if you so wish, as well as some loop track if you just purely want to run trains through it. But the thing is that you know, if you want, you know, you can use this area to start a route or insert it somewhere, or, you know, develop into your own. This is just basically a starter, and I'll show it to you guys real quick before we jump into the Carrabassett. Some of you might recognize this area in particular. This area has kind of existed for a while. It's been a staple on the channel for a bit of time, actually. But there's a bunch of little scenes that I've built over the years that I particularly enjoy. But you may recognize this area as the old Dead Creek from the first Carrabassett. And that's exactly what it is. This is Dead Creek from when I was the first version, you know. This was, and it's funny because this is the same baseboard that I've had since, or I've been working on since about 2015. Like, this area right here is all the same. It's just migrated to a different route. I was working on it with Jack in the Pine Creek, but I just decided, you know, I kind of want to release this area just as a standalone, as a starter. So I'm working on getting all the terrain kind of built up and textured. I might go back through, redo the foliage and stuff like that. And I'm just kind of placing more things for people to do, but I want people to be able to enjoy this scene that I've made, and for all it's worth. So this will be, it's pretty big. It's not, you know, largest in the world, but you get a few miles of track to run on. And then I'll create like a small staging area on either side, as well as a few industries that maybe you want to run to. Nothing huge, probably like a cement plant. You know, maybe a cement plant or something like that, or, you know, just some places for you guys to run a few trains. But yeah, for the most part, this will be the kind of the gist of it, the bulk of it. You know, a nice little area for you guys to run your trains on then. You know, I've been, you know, kind of working on this for a long time, and you know, I think this was actually one of my first crossings I ever set up. It runs off ATLS, but I think I need to redo it because I think it's broken right now. The traffic lights are all supposed to, because the traffic lights have a timing sequence, and then the crossings will, force lights all go to red, and then the gates will go off. I will say though, if you merge this into any route, it will break a lot of the ATLS setup. I will release a small little document on telling you how to set this back up if you merge it into a route, because, you know, everything else is easy. TRC is easy to set up, so all you'd have to do is just come in and just reset up everything to be on TRC, as well as just rename some items that maybe might lose their name if you do that. So I'll make sure to tell you how to reset up the ATLS crossing, because it is a little more complex. In my mind, I know some people have always expressed to me over the years they don't know how to do that, so I will make sure that people are aware how to do this. It's because it's something when you merge this, whatever route you merge onto another route, the route that's being merged, the one that you're bringing in, it deletes all its information like ATLS and just named objects, which I think is weird. Like street, some signs will lose it, ATLS TRC loses it, so it just like undoes that, because I've noticed that with some of the routes I've done over the years, and particularly also the Carrabassett. So like I said, I will include a small document, nothing huge, nothing major, but just something to explain how to do this, how to set it back up so that it can be done in the future. But yeah, I mean, you can use it wherever. You can use it in a route you plan to release. It's just kind of a filler scene. Particularly, I like this area up here. Just show that off before I go. But no, I think it'd be nice to have this little itty bitty town in the mountains, and just like little places for y'all to explore. So, and kind of do whatever you want to do with. If you want to edit this, do your own thing with it, modify it in some capacity, then go right ahead. It'll be released as freeware. I am gonna start setting up somewhere for you guys to donate if you want to, but that's all it is basically freeware. And if you feel like you want to huck a buck at me for my Taco Bell addiction, then so be it. But other than that, that'll be about it. I think the only really payware item I'm ever thinking of releasing is possibly just the Carrabassett. I'm not really too keen on payware, particularly because that would be my first released item. But yeah, I mean, JPen, if you want to use that for the, I'm gonna butcher this, but the Muscan beef. I can't say it. Then go right ahead. Like I said, I think my only concern is just how high your terrain height is set up from this terrain height, because it's just hand built. But you're more than welcome to plop it in and do whatever you want. That's kind of the idea, is taking just a bunch of scenes from things that I've created over the years that I've kind of just collected or that I liked but might not use anywhere in particular, and allow you guys to enjoy that in some capacity and do what you want with it. I've always noted that sometimes it's hard to sit down sometimes and just be like, I want to work on a route, or I'm building this route right now, and I'm just kind of at this point where I don't know what to do. I don't really know what I want to do with it. I don't know what I want to create. I don't know what I want to do with this scene. Or you're building a route, you're like, all right, I got maybe you got two separate scenes built up, but there's like area in between. You have no clue what to do with it. I'm hoping that if I can get enough a catalog going, that potentially it would interest people. It would bring some interest for people to want to download it. Be like, oh hey, there was a small yard, because there's a small yard that was on the old Carrabassett that probably, yeah, totally. You know, whatever you want to do with it. If you want to release it, that's cool. Just obviously, if you do end up putting in something you want to release, just link it back. If you want to use it for personal, do whatever you want with it. I'll probably finish it up. To me, you know, this is also close to release itself. It's pretty much done. I just have to do some terrain editing, minor detailing, because I'm just detailing the fuck out of it. Because it's such a small scene that I can go ahead and do, you know, some pretty decent detail. And I probably should go back through and redo all the foliage on a separate layer. So that way, if foliage wants to be replaced, it can be, because I don't usually work in layers, and I'm starting to realize that might be a problem. But I'm too lazy to go back and fix it. Yeah, let me show you one of Logan's TRC things. So this is one of Logan's, and I believe it's okay. Yeah, so that's predominantly fine. So if I were to go to one of Logan's little crossings. Alright, so here's one of Logan's. If I were to click on it, it's pretty messed up at this moment in time. You know, you don't really know what's going on here. The only thing you can really do is set it to flash. I think you can change the time it takes for the gate to go down if it has a gate on it. That update is coming. Also, a little bit of something that you have to do with it is because I don't believe any sound emits from it. You kind of have to go in. Excuse me. You kind of have to go in and maybe set up a different TRC gate that, you know, like one of Reggie's or something like that, and lower it in the ground to allow it to actually play sound. Just because that doesn't actually work. I don't know why it's never worked, but it just never has. Hold on. Oh, there it is. So that is a known bug. That is something that in the future I'd like to work on. You know, by Lewis or Lincoln over in the AM server. I believe said he'd work on that sometime in the future, but not anytime soon. Oh, real quick, I did edit a part of the Carrabassett. So previously, over here in Skowhegan at the yard, which the yard's gonna get redone, we had the Y for the Abenaki and the Kennebec. Well, that's been moved. That now sits down here to allow for a proper yard over there, but also to allow for a much gentler transition through the mountains, which actually we go around the mountains. So the Abenaki got moved, because previously the Abenaki went from here and then took a right, and you can see the old right-of-way. Then it went up this bitch of a grade. It was like a 2.8, 2.9 hard left into a tunnel. And I think it popped out somewhere right here, because I've already started to smooth some of it in. There was like a 2.8 downhill, a siding, and it came down here. It was just a real pain in the ass. And then it rolled left, and then, you know, came in this way to the yard. Redid it. You know, I took it out and made it go around the mountain, because come to find out, we could go around instead of going directly over the top. Before I get in, because I'm going to go up to Kingfield and work on Kingfield some. Was editing Chain of Ponds a little bit. Wants to load. Oh, did I still have to leave that on high? Oh, I did, shit. I added a Chain of Ponds a little bit. I moved the station from this side over to here. Kind of figured it'd be better to have it on the actual downtown side of things. Made the parking lot a little bit smaller, just kind of more open, also serving just kind of the shops in the area. Took out a row of businesses. I'll replace it with probably a house or maybe just some trees. Took out another kind of high poly business that was kind of bogging the area down. Also, there was this little siding that takes a center beam that was right here, really close to the tracks. And I was always sitting there, I was sitting there one night wondering, looking at the center beam on the track right there, wondering, okay, they can offload this side of the center beam, but how do they offload the other side if it's on a main line? So I'm like, this isn't going to work. So I took this in and drug it through the parking lot and kind of moved things around a little bit so they can properly offload either side of the car. Now it makes sense. Don't know why I didn't think of that before. Hold on. But just kind of moved everything around. Moved like the little town building over here, snow plows. Just generally updating the area. And also just put like a little abandoned piece of track here that used to connect all the way up to this siding, which actually it does connect in theory, but that goes all the way through. There's some of Logan's crossings. I think those are his, the 2-track. I think that's his, so I'll have to double check that. And then up here on this end of town, right about here, I'll have to like remove some of the trees. Hey Mal. But right in the middle, I did, I'll do some more detailing to it. But I put some abandoned track, kind of just passing through. That lead to this old building back here. So just trying to add a bit more to the town to just kind of show, its former purpose and stuff like that. Some abandoned aspects, being so far north and stuff like this, crossing of a road that used to go through, but they took the crossing out. So, and put a tank in a refueling area for the Mafka, but just try to do some abandoned aspects. I put some houses in here. Took out this road. Just tried to make the town smaller. Give it a much smaller feel than it previously was. Because I don't know, it just felt a little too big, in my opinion. I just tried to, modify it a little bit to make more sense. So, I don't think I'm going to add any more houses to here. I think it's about as big as this town's going to get. So that is that. But we push on. We're off to Kingfield. So what are we doing in Kingfield? Well, I got a little bit to do up here. I need to edit some of this trackage, but I would also like to start plopping in the industries. Because I have, let me see, who do we have up here? Let's take a gander, just so I can have that all ready to go. So in Kingfield, Maine, we have Arc Enterprises, which sits up here. They are a fabrication facility, I believe. I think they deal mostly with building bridges, if I remember correctly. So they take a lot of steel. They do also deal a bit with steel coils and stuff. They do a lot of steel work. So this is Arc Enterprises. Back up here, is Valley Gas and Oil Company. So they'll be taking home heating oil. So I'll have to make a small facility of that. That'll be my third on the route. So a lot of heating oil up here. One of these people, I think it's Z-Spun. Right here is Jordan Lumber Company. So they take center beams and stuff like that. Pretty basic facility, and all that fun things do. Over here is a MOFCA, Organic Farmers and Growers Association. So they'll take some boxcars produce and a couple for milk production. Back over here, these boxcars is New England Waya Company. So they just take boxcars. You know, that's about all I can determine. And over here, this is probably the biggest in town, Poland Spring Bottling Company. So this is where they bottle water and throw it onto our boxcars and ship it south for consumption across New England and the East Coast. So, but those are the industries in town, and I need to revamp them a little more than I currently have. You know, I'm a little curious about things like this wide. I don't know if it's too big. I haven't quite got there, but I'm mostly concerned with the industries today. Also a you know, small runaround track just to kind of be able to finagle around in here. But I think first steps first, I'm going to start here with Valley Gas. So I'm going to completely eat everything that is sitting in here. Let me see. I think it's QCRR. There it is. Is this one measuring? I don't want that. So yeah, we'll start here with Valley Gas because I'm most familiar with how to build this style of facility. Because I don't have a ton of time, I have a little bit of time. You know, my aunt is coming around, or I gotta meet her before 4 and head up to go do them taxes. I'm just seriously dreading it, honestly. I am dreading it. Alright, 17. Well, let's extend this out a little bit. Yeah, I feel that this is a more appropriate music for the Carrabassett. Give me 1 second. Drag this out some, probably to here. Probably might get up there a little bit. It's gonna be interesting because everything's kind of on a hill. Kingfield is kind of in the, you know, just starting to get to that hilly region because we're just starting to push into the big mountains and stuff like that. Let's see how many tank cars we're gonna take up here. Where are my funnel flows at? UTLX. Is that you is? And probably a small place like this, they're probably going to take about, I'd say they'll take about 4, so we're going to push this back a little bit to about here, which can actually help me get this moved in a little quicker. Alright, so go ahead. Line that up. use this to kind of line it up with the track, and then because the track has the industries on it, I just go ahead and eat them. Kind of waste time. I could just use this and maybe just put an invisible track spline onto the track it currently has, but personally I just prefer my method. Yeah, it's time consuming, but not your time I'm wasting. Well, kind of actually I am. You're sitting here watching me live stream. Alright, so there's that. Go ahead and drag that in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 17 rotation. There's that. Bam. Bam. Alright, so there's the beginnings. So we'll take the tank cars out. So I'm going to do some track editing. Alright, now of course in true fashion, there has to be a gate at this facility. What gate do I want? I'll put it much, much closer. Out here. There. Things are going pretty well, Icer. Just trying to get some more industry on the Carrabassett, at least at this point represented. just need to put in a storage tank. Okay. Oh, wrong one. Storage tanks. Okay, that was close. Oh, yes. Just, yep. That's where our oil goes, right there. Perfect. Oh, God. Anything? Oh God, bad. Try industrial tanks. Industrial. Some of Joe's buildings. Let's see. Industrial. Building drum. Out fast. Pipes. Plant. Now that'll come in handy because I know Sean wants to do a refinery of some kind. That's about what I'm looking towards. Not a lot of detail on it though. That is a bright yellow tank. Holy shit. That is not a bright yellow tank. That's a little better. A lot of different style tanks. I was thinking this was just the best one right here. That's some detail on it. Okay. Alright, so we'll probably just use this tank to be just centralized storage. That over here. Actually, hold on. Is this ground on 5-meter grid? Oh, what is now? I can already hear Moose yelling at me, telling me to use that damn gravel spline, so I'll probably use that over in here. Maybe not here, because I'm gonna put some concrete down. Yeah, there should be fine. Alright, now let's see here. This is 27. Yes, you were 27. I need road. Google, at the Google Maps. So let's go take a look. Oh, it's a Toby and he's a cat. Wow. And so Valley gas and oil. Wait. What a guy. Maps. Oh, nice truck. Carrabassett Coffee Company. Nice. Get your claws on my couch. Alright. They look small. They look very small. Oh boy, they tiny. I like that. I'm gonna have to go up there and get some coffee. I like that building. I get one more person that messages me randomly from the AM Discord server, I'm gonna blow a gasket. Yeah, I'll probably just go ahead and plop down a barn, and then I'll probably be able to get it as close as it can be, but I'll probably just maybe skin up a sign. Okay, I'm gonna rephrase that. I'm gonna attempt to skin up a sign. I'm going to thoroughly attempt to skin a sign. Again. So let's see, let's go. I think the JR bond fit probably best here. And I could probably just, it's more of a peaked roof. I think it's beginning to become very sad that I know exactly where everything is on this route. Could probably just use that. Doesn't have to be close, but it should fit. Oh, I always do that. That's Carrabassett, there's Kingfield. Yeah, I'll just use that, and then I'll do some stuff for it. Alright, this place. First of all, let me go ahead and just do this real quick. Just give that a bit of oomph. You can see where the 5-meter grid ends. Alright, let's see, what do we got for buildings that I could use? Does it look like? Now, if I were to guess, it's probably a garage right there. Some part of the business right there. But it's basically, looks like it's run out of a house. So, I'll go. Actually, I think there's a house up in Chain that I can use that looks relatively close to that. Or at least it fits the theme. And I'll probably just use a storage building to do the other one because I don't have anything that's close to that. And I'll just see the house one more time. Oh yeah, I have something I can put that. I might just use this. I like this house right here. Yeah, I like the one I chose. So I almost fly right by. Ah, it's Flagstaff. My bad. Kingfield. Alright, storage. I just prefer using these kinds of buildings. That probably is a little too big. No, it's green, but I kind of like this building. At this point, the route is so large that I think as long as I'm getting the rough idea, and plus with the rail being here servicing this industry, probably not just as small as it would be, in my opinion. And obviously it's not going to be the same because we're changing it to fit this railroad. Now, do you have a fence? That's a nice big cloud back there. This is the passing section. It just has it around his tanks over there, so it's not a fully fenced-in facility, just around this end. Which I'll have to put some stairs down to or something. Or actually, Yeah, just made an extension. Never mind. So that would be the base start to the area. Also used, looks like it was all a dirt entrance, so was I using down in North Anson. Excuse me. Copy wasn't dirt as well. Nice big potholes. Holy hell. That would eat a car. Holy shit. I gotta see that. That's just Pothole City. Jeez. In fact, you can see that from the air. On a cemetery. Okay. God, that would murder a small car. Alright, and now I'll go ahead and put a fence around the facility, or at least this end of the area. Oops. Yep. The wire here. Drag it out. Give it kind of like an angle. Should probably move that in closer. Yeah, I don't like how that fence curves. Now this fence curves. God damn. God damn it. There, just to keep everyone out of the this area. Hey Sam, hey Alco, how we all doing? I have about another little less than an hour. gotta settle up and go die at the tax office. Evening, Alex. Welcome. Alright, so I'll be fine right now. I'm gonna leave that just a moment, because that's just the base area. I just want to get the base area done. Time being. Now this area over here, this is New England Wire Company, which sits right over here. It's kind of a bigger facility, a little more awkward. So it looks like just a big silver building, or a white building, which would be relatively easy. Kind of large. And they kind of have this older section over here. New England Wire Products, I'm sorry. 49 Depot Street. There's a whole other building over here, Kingfield Wood Products. These guys. Alright. So this looks pretty self-explanatory. Pretty self-explanatory. Get rid of the cars real quick. Let me just delete the trackage for a second. Get out of here. Hard to tell exactly where the building sits. Hey, what's that? Okay. So it is right about here then. A little closer to the tracks than I wanted. Probably move it back some. Energy storage. That's nice for that. I can always move that up a little more. There's that. Soften on the front. Let's see what Mr. Approach Medium has. It might have something. I'll probably have to go soon. My aunt wants to pray to get taxes done, so. See, it looks like so they have like this main part of the building, and then it looks like they have the actual like. What the fuck? Looks like they have like the actual like production side of the building. It looks like it's just a large white building of some kind. Looks like they've had a lot of old buildings that used to be here. I'm trying to find something that would fit the back side of this building for production. We actually rotate this around with the rail dock. Just do my own loading dock, or trucks back there. Yeah, it's buildings like these that are going to be a little more difficult, just because they don't particularly have an asset that goes with them, or they just don't particularly have a building that goes or fits this, what I'm looking for. Alright, so yeah, so that's going to be a bit of the issue, is trying to find a building that can go right here. Honestly, maybe at this point I just need to fap it in. So we go back to industrial and see what I can drum up. But again, I'm still just trying to work my mindset from, you know, oh, it needs to look the same. I could have put a little green building over there. You know, oh, it needs to look the same. Oh, it has to look like this. Oh, da-da-da-da-da, too. Now, if it can just look close enough, you know, it'll be fine. Yeah, because unfortunately, I'm going to drive myself absolutely bonkers with attempting to get everything to look the exact same. So, it's just a big part of working that mindset to, alright, you know, I know I have a vision, I know how it's supposed to look. If we can just get it close, I'll be fine. I'll live, life will move on. Oh. I have no clue if that actually fits or not, but it kind of almost looks along the lines of what I need. Not to the T, but, you know, it looks close enough. And I mean, hey, close enough, I'll take it. Of course, I think this building is too large. A little too big. I'll probably slim that down to be a little bit smaller. like that building. I didn't realize I had all these buildings. And granted, they might not look, they kind of look good. They might be a little dated, but they don't look half bad. Some of these things are here. What is this? That's interesting. What is that? Now we're just moving into buildings I didn't even know existed. Oh, damn. Get it. I'll go home. Yeah, it's gonna be difficult trying to find the building group I want. Yeah, so it's just gonna be difficult trying to find the buildings I want. Alright, so tell you what, we're gonna take that out. I'm gonna go with... I'm gonna go with kind of this. Doesn't particularly fit. What? Are you kidding me? What? No way. What? That's just... Hi, Sean. You can't... Why can't I change your height? Need it every short girl I've ever dated. Fuck it, I'll come back to that area. Pissed off with it now. Mafka. Alright, well this won't be easy, because guess what? I don't have to follow anything. Although I do need some tanks. Where are you? How do you look? Danger, highly flammable. I don't think milk is flammable. Something somewhere tells me milk is not flammable. Although this would definitely fit. Wait, did I build this directly north-south? I think I did. up to Chain of Pawns again. You, give me your answers. Okay, so I did this. Alright, you, thank you for the answers. Fuck off. Where'd your mother? Fuck you, Viper. Guess Viper's watching. Sends me a picture of a bowl of cereal on fire. Oh shit, I went way too far south. No, I didn't. You're over here. Get over here. Come back. Okay, so maybe milk is flammable and we need that placard. Or we can just use the Carrabassett Valley fire truck that Sean and I purchased to put out all the fires for flammable milk. Oh, it's not on the... Oh, you jackass. Why did I do this to myself? Alright, now be bored. Get me. Fuck you, Sean. Lollipops are so fucking weird. You flavor your own spit, then drink it. Comment on the Reddit post. Listen here, buddy. You come at us with this shit today. I was having a good day until I read this. Fuck you. And Sean, I was too. Actually, no, I wasn't. I was lying. But still, I was having the most mediocre day I could possibly muster up for someone who is really late on his taxes. And you come at me with this shit? Wait, this is a loading facility. What the fuck am I doing? Jaden, go smoke some crack somewhere else today. Like, if you want to smoke crack, go smoke crack, but don't smoke it here. Dumb fucking cunt. There we go. Jaden, you're no longer a retard. I don't appreciate being attacked, Sean. Gotta keep an eye on that clock, otherwise tax man could be mad at me. More so than the state of Illinois already is. Fuck that place. Hopefully the gods just smile down upon me and go, oh, you don't owe taxes. Go home. I'd be like, oh, thank you. And they'd be like, yeah, you're welcome. You know, we did this for you. And I'd be like, oh, you're too kind, really. Totally not gonna happen. They're gonna be like, yeah, you owe so much taxes, you're going to jail. Oh, cool. 3 square meals a day and free healthcare. You're going to the jail in, like, Siberia. Oh, fuck. You. Stop flickering. Bitch face. There. You. Move over here. Sweet. I want 2 of you. Great. You're gonna be on the grid because I didn't fuck up somewhere for once in my entire life. beans. Alright, now I need a place to where it can actually be pumped out. Yeah, says dairy, says pump, good enough for me. And it's green. I'm gonna actually move you out over here. Just a touch. John, next route we build, I ain't building in a real place. A hose. That's not the hose I use. Yeah, green hose. Some hoses lying around. Someone's a lazy fuck. That works for me. Now this side. I use some of those industrial buildings. If I can spell, I think I spell. Oh my god, I got it on the first try. Personal victory for the day. I think I should go home. Oh wait. Fuck, I'm home. Yes, you have doors. I like doors. Doors are nice. Alright, I'm gonna say 10 more minutes and then I gotta get ready to go. Are you level with ground? Yes, you level. Good. Let's box card up real quick. What? Bag over here. I wanted 4. Aha! Where are you going? Bring me that face. Me talking to my cat. Let's see what other industrial building can we use. That's a big fucking building, holy shit. That's also a big fucking building. That's also very large. That's respectable. Ah, much better. I don't like it though. It is a moment where I need the storage buildings. Oh my god, there is. Look at it! Look at it! Silent. Silent. Alright, you go be over here. Go play nice with the other children. Let's see if the kids want to kick your ass and you kick their ass back. That's actually 3.6. Ooh, spicy. 63.6. Sweet. Ladies and gentlemen, the joys of being a route creator. Sanity. Yeah, they'll do this. This will be where trucks come and they back into here and we load them with glorious potatoes. Also, this is on hill. Not like my facility up there. So I said to hill, no. Cease to exist. Like Sean wishes he could say to my fucking SD40-2Fs. Sean secretly wishes he could sit there and just go, no, and tell my barns to disappear. And then they would. But sadly for Sean, that's not how life works. Let's see what I do for dairy drop-off up here. You know, I think every stream when I'm building, I always sit here and say, and this is the most tedious part around building. Only to be followed up the next week by, and this is the most tedious part around building. Because week by week, as I start doing something different, I realize, oh yeah, that's right. This just might be the most tedious part of route building. And then I do something different. I'm like, oh no, this is more tedious. And then I breathe, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty tedious too. And I'm realizing, man, breathing's quite a chore. I need somewhere for these dairy trucks to come and drop their fucking milk off. Also slowly starting to realize that might not be enough storage tanks for 3 tank cars. God damn it, Mal, why'd you say that? Why would you say that? Sean, we showed him the forbidden word, and he said it. Like I had faith in you, Michael. Fuck it. Oh. Well. work, barns. Work, grades. Work, budget. Work, quarries. Work. Fire truck. Oh, yeah, fire truck. Yeah. I can get behind that. Work. We should have done a smaller route. Work. Oops. Goddamn now. Alright. I'm just trying to figure out how dairy trucks would drop off or unload the milk from their trucks to the tanks. You know, would there be like a small way they just come around? Would they just back into here and it gets piped over? I'm just not quite sure. Maybe need to move the tanks like right here and then it just, you know, hose. I really don't know. This facility was built kind of weird like. When realistically, it probably could have just been the two tracks beside each other like this, which would have opened up all this area for whatever we need it to be. Just no. Then I have to go because I gotta get ready. Let's just see. I do not know. Sean, do we have to service Kingfield? Can't we just say fuck it and just drive by? Can't we just say fuck it and drive by like my mom wished she could have done every single time I waved to her in public? Yeah, so I guess they'll figure out New England Wire Company, which is gonna probably end up killing me. Then I gotta do this place. Jordan 1 will be fine. Can we just drive by Kingfield? Say fuck it. Yeah, I noticed. Anyways, I do need to mosey along and go get my taxes done. As much as I really just don't want to. I suppose I'll leave y'all with a view from Chain of Ponds. But anyways, so yeah, I gotta mosey along here and go do said taxes and all that fun, fine, dandy stuff. Yeah, I'll figure out the industries here as I move along, just because I have to. You know, I can't just not do them. So I'll figure that out, and I'll do some perusing and see what buildings I can find. Because unfortunately now I'm in an area that has real industry, so I have to kind of get them represented in some way, shape, or form. But anyways, guys, I do appreciate you watching, even though it was a little bit. I'll probably be on later, maybe just be on Discord streaming, but I will talk to y'all then. Take it easy.